Hey Sunflowers, is the Homesteading Kontessa, and I have been gone for a minute. I know when I tell you, life was life in last week. It is hot out here. When I tell you, I think it's like probably 90 some degrees out here, but I hadn't seen y'all in a while, so I wanted to come over here and just chat with y'all for a bit and just see how everything is going. Like I said, I had a rough week last week. I don't care to share too much, but just know that if you're going through something and you feel like you're alone, you're not. We all go through stuff. You know, some of us are secretive about it. Some of us are too strong. It's like you're only good as your strongest family member, it seems like sometimes, especially when they're close to you. So just keep my family in your prayers, and as time passes, who knows what I'll share with you guys. I'm just so happy that I have this escape of gardening to be able to relax and just unwind and just forget about the troubles of the world, because when I tell you, life has been life in me, and sometimes you know how they say only the strong survive, and what don't kill you make you stronger. How strong do a girl gotta be? But I just want to talk to y'all. It is May 24th, and it's a 3-day weekend for me, so I'm happy about that. I'm drinking my ice water. Got to. So hot out here. You guys, are you having trouble with flies? It's been so many flies around here on the homestead. I had bought one of those fly bags that you get at Walmart, and when I tell you, it was so many flies that got in that bag. But then what it does, you fill it up with water, and it has this awful smell. And it does kill flies, but it also, from my experience, I feel like it brought more flies to the homestead because of the stinky smell. I think that it killed the flies that were here, and it attracted flies. So when I took it down, now it's minimum. Now it's like 3 or 4 flies just flying outside. But when I had it out here a couple days ago, it was swarming with flies. When I say they were everywhere, they were everywhere. I see, like, my neighbors, they got some little sticky fly traps, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I do try to, when I burn a candle out here, which I'm not, because I'm not gonna be out here too long, I try to do like eucalyptus, and that helps. But what are you guys doing to keep your flies away? In the coop, I put the first Saturday lime. I clean it out on a regular, try to keep it clean for the chicks, and then they'll kill the flies themselves. Even though they have flies, it don't really stink over there. So I'm happy with that. So the first Saturday lime is helping with the stench, which I am blessed to say I don't really have a lot of smell coming from my coop. You know how people have like some really bad coops that stink so bad. I'm thinking it's because of how I keep my system going, and I don't load it with a lot of food. I used to take the food out of there every day. I'm hoping I got rid of my pest problem, because let's go over there. Let's go see what the girls are doing. Because when I say that it was a mouse problem, I haven't seen any. So what I thought the mouse was coming from underneath this wood thing, and I put some poison there. So ever since I put poison there, I haven't seen anything. But that doesn't mean that there's not anything under there. If I see it, I'll make sure I get rid of it. But the girls are drinking their electrolytes, and they're due for a cleaning. They're due for a cleaning over here. They got some new toys. We got the Dragonfly Inn over here. So I got some plants in there. I got some, let's see, what do I have in here? Let's see what I have in here. So these are some Black Beauty tomatoes. And then I have an okra plant right there. I have the beefsteak tomato. I got some peppers down here. They're growing. And I thought that lettuce wasn't gonna grow, but I see that something sprouted up, so we'll see what happens right there. And I believe I got some cayenne peppers there too. We got a little waltz that's visiting the Dragonfly Inn. Hi. I'm gonna let you mind your business. Is that a waltz or a bee? Whatever it be, I'll be out of here. Now, when I was over my shed this morning, I seen like several wasp nests. There's one in the corner. There's a couple over in the corner in the shed. My husband's gonna be spraying some spray. We got some of this foam spray that we can get rid of those pretty easy. Dallas been broody. You know, she must know that I was stressed, and she's been stressed. This is her second time going broody. If you don't know what going broody means, if you're a new chicken keeper, that means when a hen thinks that they're going to lay an egg that's going to be hatched with babies. So what they do, they'll have the behavior of sitting in their nesting box, and they won't lay any eggs. They won't lay any eggs. They won't really come out the nesting box. Sometimes they won't even eat. I've heard of sometimes where people's hens will start plucking the feathers on their chest so they can keep the eggs warm. So what I'm doing to keep Dallas big behind out the coop is she's getting electrolytes. I'm taking the eggs out right away, and I have a decoy egg in there that I really don't need it in there anymore, but I take it from where she lays and I put it where the other two lay, and she keep going back and getting it. So she's been coming out to eat. That's one thing that she didn't take with that broodiness. That's not a symptom that Dallas have. Her butt come out and eat. So as long as she keep coming out to eat, then I'm not too concerned. But I am concerned. They look like they hot because they keep panting. And although I gave them some electrolytes, they got their regular water over there too. Ooh, don't y'all hate flies? When I tell you, we don't have a summer, boy. When I tell you the heat is already on fire, and these flies, ooh, I can't stand flies. They're such nasty creatures. I'm just gonna have to figure something out because I want a flyless homestead. Is that possible? Share all your tips with me because your girl need all the tips that I can get. But I might go ahead and throw some ice cubes in their water. Here in Texas, you know, we get really hot summers. What I do to keep my chickens cool, I freeze vegetables in like ice. I give them ice cold watermelon. Sometimes I put like ice cold water and put some mealworms in it so they can go fishing for mealworms, and they like it. So and when I say ice cold, it's not just extremely cold because I don't want to give them a shock from like extremely cold, but I just put a couple ice cubes in there and it melts down really fast and they enjoy it. So they keep going over here and getting this electrolyte, so I'm glad about that, so I can know that they're not going to overheat. And Dallas, this is day 3 and she hadn't laid any eggs, so I don't know. You know, she's just a diva. I'm just hoping she break out of that, but she will be my only lavender orpington because of that reason right there. I don't want to keep dealing with the broodiness. We love her. We love having her in our flock. You know, we lost Bluebell last year with her sister. But I mean, she lays small eggs, she eat a lot, and she go broody. So really, she just on charm form because the charm she brings. She really is a diva. She is a diva of the flock. Derriere, she the mean one. That's the one with the black beak. And Daisy Dukes, that's the leader of the pack. Now, whenever my other chicks come out here, Jolene, Wendy, Dixie, and Tess, I'm going to take this brown coop out of here. I'm going to take that brown coop out. Probably going to put it somewhere in my storage because you never know. Might clean it up and sell it in the garage sale. I'm going to move the Dragonfly Inn just a little bit more down. And right here, I'm going to have a shed. I'm going to have a shed right there in that spot. And I'm going to cut a hole in that run. And then my dad is going to cut a hole in my shed. And the shed is going to be basically their coop where they sleep and they lay eggs. And it's going to be attached to this run. So then all of this will be open space for them to play. I'll end up getting them some swings. One thing on my list is a dirt bath. So, because you know the chickens love the dust bathe. So that's what they like to do. Yeah, just so they won't be bored. I'm really curious to see how they're going to act when the girls come out here. Now, what I plan on doing when I transition the baby chicks out here with the big girls, I'm going to put them in that small run that's over there. When I put them in that small run, they're going to be there for about 3 weeks. And I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to create some type of shelter for them to crawl into at nighttime. And they're going to sleep and they're going to be in that small area. This way, my big girls can just get used to seeing them, and then they won't start fighting each other because there's a such thing called a pecking order. So hopefully they'll do a smooth transition. By the time they get ready to come out this small run and enter the big run, and I would already have transitioned this coop to where all of this will just be space because they need their space. This run, without that coop alone, they say can hold 12 chickens. I have a total of 7. Only 3 in here right now. For right now, 3, and then occasionally free ranging towards the end of the day. It's been doing great for me. Now, when it comes to 7, with that big brown coop in there, that's not gonna work. So that's why I'm taking it out and putting it out and putting something new. So that way, when my barred rocks come out here, we'll see how it goes. Now, if you're new here, first time watching my channel, I have 2 Amberley chickens, and then I have 1 Lavender Orpington. Last year, I had 2 Lavender Orpingtons, but last year one of my chicks had got attacked by my neighbor's dog and died. So now only 3 of the big girls. So yeah, so I'm excited to see how this is gonna go. Now we have my sunflowers over here. You see, they are really trying to thrive. Now, I call this big one right here Kristina. Why I call her Kristina? Because when I looked at her, I just said, she's taller than the rest. What should I name her? When I name my cars or anything, it's the first name to come to my mind. So the first name that came to my mind is Kristina. There's no real meaning behind it. It's just something I want to call her. I'm super excited that they are growing because I haven't had success in growing the mammoth sunflowers yet. Last year, when we didn't cut our own yard, the guy who cut our yard, they were right here in the same spot. He cut them all down. They had only reached about maybe 3 inches or under. But they had bamboo sticks by them and everything, and he cut the bamboo sticks, he cut everything. So now, I don't know if these gonna grow any bigger because underneath this soil, I think it's like part ground, part like dirt. So some of them are not getting as big as they could, you know. But I'm okay with that. As long as that Kristina, as long as she grows to her full potential, and the other ones, they give me a good blossom, then I'll be happy with that. And each year we get better. That's what we do. We look at what we did and we go back to the drawing board so next year it could be a better harvest year. So Kristina, we looking out for you, girl. We hoping that you thrive and you become as tall as that fence and give me a big old sunflower. Now, as you see, I got plenty of holes in these sunflower leaves, and that's because of the grasshoppers. I have a huge grasshopper problem. I did sprinkle some first Saturday lime on the soil, but the grasshoppers hopped on the leaves and escaped the dirt. So I could probably sprinkle this first Saturday lime on the plant, but I don't think I'm gonna do it. I think a little bit got on one of my leaves. I don't know if first Saturday lime burned your leaves or was it my fish fertilizer. It could have been a fish fertilizer. As you see, this one got a little bit of darkness on it, so it got burnt some type of way. I don't know what happened there. I just know it's there. I don't know if I should pick the leaves off that got the holes in them, or should I leave it there so that way the grasshoppers that are biting on it can just finish eating those and not go to some of these prettier leaves up here. Like, because not everything is damaged. So, you know. And look, these are getting hit. So, even this one down here. Let's see. I got this phone on the tripod. But even that one down there, it's starting to get a little yellow. Let's see. See, this one's already showing some yellow leaves, and that's a mammoth. You know what? I did plant some domino sunflowers over here, I think. I can't remember. I started planting so many seeds when I did this little section over here that I honestly don't remember what is what. But I do know that I got the watermelon. I did sugar baby and a mountain yellow, and then my marigolds. I did those from seeds, and they're looking really lovely. See those marigolds? I planted those from seeds, and those are the French variety. And I love the red and the orange color. And then here I have me some cantaloupe right there. So this is my first time doing a cantaloupe. I'm hoping that it goes well. You know, wishing for the best, hoping for the best. But yeah, this is like my peace. You know, I pray every day. I pray for people who pray against me. I pray, you know, for people who love me, for people who don't love me. You know, there's a saying that sometimes you gotta, you know, forgive people, and you have to say sorry to people who not even sorry. And that doesn't mean that, you know, you're the person that's wrong. It just means that you want to get past it and go on forward. And then sometimes that ain't just gonna work because the person does too much damage to you, and you just gotta protect your peace. And you have to isolate yourself from that. So it's not that you're holding grudges, it's that they're causing you to have to protect yourself by isolating yourself from them. So, you know, I'm just so happy to have my garden, to be able to come out here and just be one with nature, feel the air, you know. Even though I had such a tough week last week, I'm feeling really good today. I really am. It may not look like it, but I am. I'm alive, you know, I'm breathing. It's so much stuff out there in the world that's happening, and I'm blessed. I got a home, I got food to eat, I got my chickens, they make me happy. Of course, I got my family. It's good, you know, life is good. And sometimes it's the family though. I ain't gonna lie, I like to keep it transparent here on my channel that sometimes it's your own family though that do you the hurt and do you the harm. And the strangers be the one to show up for you. Ain't that something? It's supposed to be the other way around, where, you know, family before friends, but I find myself sometimes where the strangers actually being there for me And that's not to say my whole family. It's only certain people that don't have my best interest in mind, and I'm just going to continue to pray for them and pray for healing and deliverance, because you know, that's all I can do on my part. It's not my job to try to crucify somebody, but I will protect myself at all costs. So moving along, because I could go on and on and on about that, because I'm sure some of you guys, when I say that, you probably can think of somebody who right now currently in your life who is causing you heartache, or who has, and you got past that. And if you haven't, then that's good, but it's gonna happen, because that's life. You're gonna go through the ups and downs of life. It's gonna happen in some type of form. It probably already happened, you just didn't realize that's what it was. But and it's just your life experiences. But back to my garden. Now here goes some more of my dwarf teddy bear sunflowers. Now they get that name because they get that fuzzy type of petals, and they can get really big, but I put this in a really small container, so they're not going to get really huge, and they're dwarfs anyway. So yeah, they're looking lovely. Now the ones I have planted over here, I'm hoping that they get big. We'll see. It still may. So yeah, but I didn't want nothing. I just want to come over here and speak to y'all, because I've been missing you. I've been seeing some of y'all videos. I've been liking them. The ones that don't got videos, I'm happy that you came and stopped by, because this is like another happy spot for me, YouTube. You gotta find your joys. You have to find things that make you happy. And these are minute things, like gardening. I think I like gardening so much because it's so close to God. It's dealing with nature and the sun, the water, the elements, the wind, the pollination. I mean, it's about life and giving life and reproducing. So I think that's why I'm really intrigued with gardening. And YouTube has been my scapegoat to be able to control what I watch, what I want to listen to, what I want to pour into me, and what I want to pour out to the world. So I think YouTube still got it. There's some social media sites that allow you to tear others down, but when you talk about gardening, they want to flag your channel. But then when they see hate and crime and hate speech, they don't do anything about it. But you try to teach somebody to be self-sustainable and to grow their own food, they're flagging your channel. Now make that make sense. Make that make sense. But I just feel like that's part of all of Satan's snares, to try to get at you where he know you will hurt the most. And it's up to you to prevail and to move past it and not become another person that he takes down with him. It's like he's falling. You know how you fall, and sometimes you try to take the person right next to you, right? Because you don't want to fall alone. And that's Satan. And I'm not trying to be preaching to y'all, but that's what he does. He try to get the ones closest to him and take them down, and hope that they can take people down closest to them. But he ain't having none over here. So he can keep on trying, because every day I get up, I pray for Holy Spirit, and I make sure that I'm covered. I am covered, and I cover the people who I love, and I even cover my enemies. But y'all, that's all. I won't show you this part of the garden today, because things are still flourishing. And in May, maybe in June, we'll do a June garden tour. Yeah, we will. Won't be a maybe, God willing. We'll do a June garden tour. That way you can see what's growing and what's happening here on Charm Farm. Sell sunflowers. Until next time, make sure you come back and see me. And if you hadn't seen some of my videos, go down my list and look at what your girl got going, and it doesn't hurt to just touch that button and show me some love. I'm a small content creator who is looking to just really have a safe space where I can talk to people. I'm going to be going live sometimes. Let me know if y'all will get on live with me sometimes. We can swipe recipes. We can talk about gardening. I have a lot to offer. So stay tuned, because my next video, I'll be teaching you something. Bye for now. The girls are enjoying some outside time. Look. Now, why you gotta be showing out? They ready for outdoors. Look at them. They getting big. This Winnie, Tess, Dixie, and I always forget Jolene. I always forget the last one name. Winnie, Tess, Dixie, and Jolene. You must be Jolene, cause Jolene, she's a troublemaker.